What's up, guys? Neezy Sheezy here for episode 1 of Ham. Which is not, I don't mean ham like the food. I love ham, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hot as a motherfucker. And what I mean by that is, this is a series I'm going to be doing that's all 40 plus scores. Um, some people might say, like, oh, you shouldn't upload anything that's not 40 plus. Um, well, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm not the best player. So I don't get 40 plus games, all the time. That kind of sucked for me. I just sort of walked into that accidentally. But anyway, um, I don't get 40 plus games all the time, and I want to put out content for you guys, as soon as I can and as much as I can. Um, Also, a lot of times what I'm talking about in the commentary doesn't have anything to do with getting a high score. Like my How I Use It series, I don't feel like that has anything to do with like my score. As long as I have a KD cutoff of 3, if I have less than a 3 KD, I'm not gonna put it up. But yeah, I think I don't feel the need to get like you know a 50 plus game to put up a How I Use It video. But anyway, back to this video. So here we're playing some Jungle Dom on Jungle, obviously. But I'm using the Spectre with extended mags, I believe, and or at least for the majority of the game. In the beginning of the game, I'm using a Spectre with a reflex sight because the reflex sight, it was pretty good, and so I was determined to make it super useful, but it just didn't work out in the end. So I went to extended mags. I don't think extended mags is the best attachment for this gun. I'll talk about that in my How I Use It video with the Spectre, but anyway, I just happened to have it on one of my classes. Jungle Dom is probably my favorite match. I love Jungle. That dude got so lucky. That Claymore went away like right when he ran around the corner. I was literally gonna let him go. I know this is kind of whack, but I was gonna let him go so I could so I didn't have to die because I think I was out of stuns. Anyway, you saw a few seconds ago that there was a little host migration thing. I cut out the host migration screen. A, I thought it'd be boring. B, I really need to cut down the time. This game was like 12 minutes, and I've heard that unless you're a YouTube partner, you can't upload anything that's over 10 minutes, so I had to cut it down. This video is now 9 minutes and 59 seconds. So yeah, I did all that I could. So sorry, I had to cut out the beginning too. All I do is die a little bit. I didn't go very ham at the beginning. So anyway, I'm running I think Hardline Pro, Hacker Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, not in that order obviously. Um, I get quite a few RC doubles in this game. I tried to get that dude, but this is before they nerfed the RC car. I have no idea what the RC car is like now. I usually run Spy Plane now, to be honest, but yeah. I think it's a better perk, but that is neither here nor there. That Claymore is super useful. I'm sure if you guys tune into Woody's Gamertag, X-Jaws, people like that, you're going to hear them say the same thing. That is not where I learned it, however. I learned a lot of stuff from those guys, don't get me wrong, but I actually saw some random dude put a Claymore there and then step in front of it, and then another dude ran in front of him and triggered it, and it killed them both. And I thought that was funny, and I've been putting my Claymore there ever since, and it works really well. Um, I'm not running Scavenger, so you're going to see me use a lot of other guns in this game, such as this AK-74U. Everybody knows, you pick up a gun, 9 times out of 10, it's the AK-74U. I get a napalm strike here. I think it goes pretty well. We're about to find out. Oh snap. Double. Yeah, a double. So, not terrible. I think that, oh, a triple, woo. Uh, I think that the napalm strike is really underrated in terms of how useful it is in domination. I mean, you can completely shut down flag caps by the enemy team, especially like here. There are going to be times when they push you out of B or defending B, I mean, and a napalm strike, you call it right over B, and there's really nothing they can do unless they have Flak Jacket Pro, which I don't find often on other players. People run Flak Jacket a lot, but I don't see Flak Jacket Pro a ton. I don't know if that's just because of the games I play. I should have drop shotted there. I should have used cover. A million things I should have done right there, but whatever. Learn my lesson, hopefully. Um, but anyway, I find that the key to jungle for me is having C and B. Obviously, having two bases is the way to go. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna win with one base. I don't triple cap often because I don't like having the random spawns. Um, Also, I find that C is just the far better side to be at. Um, I I find I have a lot of trouble with A. There's a lot more cover coming from C to A than there is coming from A to C. Like this corridor, I mean, it's so easy to get wrecked here that I'm looking down right now. In fact, I think in a few seconds I throw a stun to check, and then I run up, and thank God for SMGs, I get to pull my gun faster and gun them down. That was kind of a scary moment, but in here I see this Galil on the floor. I'm running out of ammo, so I'm like, let's pick it up. Um, yeah. So anyway, more on the. Let's talk more about the Ham series. What this is going to be. Like I said, it's going to be 40 plus games. Usually, it's going to be some sort of odd weapon, just because I don't have a single class that's FAMAS or 7-4U. Nice triple napalm there. But I don't have anything against those guns. I just, I like to challenge myself. I like to use the weapons that are a little less used and maybe a little more challenging to handle. But which is why I'm using the Spectre. Not that the Spectre is a bad gun. The Spectre is a great gun. But a lot of people have trouble with the iron sights. Again, it is an SMG, so on jungle, you run into a lot of problems. Like when these guys come across this bridge here, I think I get killed like twice. Although, look at this. Due to the minimal recoil, I do pretty well there, but I still run into quite a few problems with guys on that bridge. Um, for most of this game, I defend this area here, but it's crazy. If you told me I was going to be doing a Ham series and that this gameplay was going to be in it at the beginning, I would not have believed a word you were saying. I think there was one point where I was going like 11-8, and you'll see the score in the end is not 11-8. It's quite a bit higher. But I'm usually a KD player, which means I find a game successful if I have a high KD. Of course, winning. I do care about winning. I do play the objective. I thought I was dead here. I thought I ruined my chances, but I got him. But for instance, if I get a game that's 10-0 and I get a game that's 40-30, I am personally happier with the 10-0. Like I said, I love playing for those KDs, like making the most out of my life. That sounded like a little deeper than I meant it, but Uh, Also, here I'm using the FAMAS with the ACOG. It is not very good, but it's better than I thought it was going to be. I got my first kill and I squeezed the trigger, and then I learned that the way to use it is actually to burst fire it, which is kind of like a duh moment. I know that looks really retarded of me to run into my own flames, but I thought that I could go in that corner and jump. I'm sure you guys have noticed with the napalm, it's a little, the system's a little iffy at telling you where it actually is and where it'll hurt you. There can be no fire on the ground and you'll walk and then you'll just set ablaze. And there's really nothing you can do about it except, I guess, run Flak Jacket Pro. But, yeah, this is one of the first times in the game, because we don't have C, that I try to go around this side. I think I'm running Semtex. Yeah, Semtex here. I love Semtex. I find that I can throw them really fast and then just forget about it. But wow, that dude just got a quad napalm. Pretty nice. Here I run into C, and you guys might think to yourselves, oh, why don't you just go and try to take C immediately? Well, I'm trying to shoot them as soon as they spawn. Give my team a little bit of an advantage. As you can see, this is an extremely close game right now. Well, not extremely close, but close enough that it's scary. But anyway, the game wraps up here. I go 45-11, so that was pretty good. And first episode of Ham. Come back for more.